Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we're going to do a walk around and show you we're getting to the end of many of the projects that we've done, and there's little improvements, but they are there, but it requires looking. So we're going to do that now, and I'll touch on quite a few things on our extension, on Beth, who's suddenly decided that she's going to start watering those plants. Hey Beth. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll take you down, show you Nanai's house, but there's not very much happening down there right now. The front of Nanai's house is still being used for materials because that's where they get dumped. We've still got a ton of hollow block there, but we decided that we would over order because I'd rather have them sitting there for a while than not be able to get them when we need them. So we have quite an extensive retaining wall to be made along here. We've got some steps to go in. There's a retaining wall that has to come in here so that we don't get this all messed up with the drain off. So it's still a mess. Hey. Look at this dog. This dog is a mess. Basha, why don't you stop fighting? Okay, so we're very happy to see that the windows are in. They were supposed to come back today to replace the cracked window, which, guess what? Answers on a postcard. Do you think that they came back? No. Supposed to be today, but they will be back another day. Probably it's that day called tomorrow. So we've got stuff going on, and mostly it's about tidy up now. So tomorrow we'll be putting the guys to work just on cleaning up. So we'll localize everything into its piles and just make the place more organized so that people can walk around. So the house is pretty well much as it was before, which you may have seen. I think we've rearranged a bit of furniture, but in the main we're really looking at reorganizing. This is a very modest little house. It's a very humble house. Okay, so there are no pretensions of grandeur here. It's a little old-fashioned TV. Fridge is in the living room. And it's one big light inside. And this vacant space here is where we will put a big dining room table. We'll take that one down, of course. And then we'll have a place where all of the family can get together at Christmas, we hope. So right now the kitchen is pretty much as it was before. This is strictly a kitchen table. It's what we work on. No, I don't work on it, but that's where food is prepared. So, as I said, very humble. There's Nanai. So, yeah, as a woman said, yeah. Okay. Here's where our retaining wall will go. We've chosen to take some of this out because we've used it as infill up there, and I'll take you and show you up there right now. Now the plan will be for all of this to be brought to some kind of a level so that we don't get the huge drain off making a mess of the, what shall we call it, the forecourt, the sheltered area in front of Nanai's. There's been some levelling here, but that will have to be brought up, so we have to get a lot of earth from some places. Maybe there's a temptation there to, what can I say, bring the level up rather than take it down. We'll address that when we come to it. But back now, and this is our porch, and this is our kind of a seating area. We bought the tile today for this, and well, where is the tile, hon?
Yeah.
Have we got one that we can show? Let me see. We went to the tile shop and they did us what we thought was a reasonable deal. These tiles were 70 pesos each, which is just over $1. Let me cut one loose. You'll be losing your nose there, young man. There we are. So that's the tile for our porch. We quite like that. I think that will be a nice addition. So we have that, and let me see what else has been happening. Well, the inside of our porch has been gradually being tidied up, and the outside, it's not completely finished yet, but probably when we've got the tile down we'll go over and maybe do some flat coat. So what we'll have to do is make sure that the runoff is away from this corner. Right now it doesn't look as if it is, but maybe we'll poke a hole through there or get that level taken up when we put the tile down. Okay, so that the runoff should come here so that none of it sits in there, but in these corners it's quite likely that we might have to poke a small hole, stick a piece of PVC pipe in there. Perry has been hard at work and he's been painting all of this. A lot of this was already done prior, but it's actually looking very nice. Oh, we've got to do that, haven't we, honey? It's not been done, and I'd like the wood to be done too. Right. This is an area that soaks up the light. We'd have to have really brilliant artificial lighting to be able to show you what this really looks like. Perry's now painting all of the cross members, which we thought would be a nice idea, but all of this has all been done. If I can get away from, yeah, it's not enough light. It's actually pretty sunny outside, but the light's not coming in here. So we have the tinted windows, and even though we do have quite a lot of windows, this area we didn't want windows for because of this being an office space, and we wanted the back walls to be able, according to rules and regulations, to be able to hang certificates and licenses. So there we are. It looks like it's a big party going on, but that's how they that's how they sell the plastic varnish which we're putting on now, and that's natural. Don't know where that got in because all of these are brown, so I'm hoping that they haven't been using that. Maybe that's brown, so there's just one there of natural. So here's our porch, and we've still got some work going on there, and there's Balalut. Balalut is the son of Manarado. So that's everything there, and I'm going to take a walk down now and take you down to Lena's house. Lena has been in mad preparation for the arrival of her boyfriend on his first visit from America. So there's a lot of excitement in Lena's house, certainly in Lena's heart right now, I think. And